We're nearly there. You know, I made a pig's ear of this one. Fuck! We've had some sales on eBay, so we're still picking off this caravan, by the way. You know, the one that I thought was done, but we're still picking off it. So we've got a gas locker that's sold, and we've got a back window, and we've also got a chassis leg as well. So, or a corner steady, as they're also known as. So this might be a wee bit more difficult to get off. I've taken them off before, but sometimes they need to be grinded off. So hopefully it's just some bolts and we can get it off. Before we go ahead and do that, guys, in the video, let me just talk you through how much we've actually made off of this caravan so far. So the caravan was free, fridge 150, Portaloo 160, water heater 240, oven 85, hob 45, two window sofa 130, totaling 810. So that's before we take off these three parts as well, and we're aiming for £1,000. So let's see how we get on. Right. On a video previously I was taking one of these off, and one of the viewers suggested that I use a wallpaper scraper, which I did, and it worked a treat. But me being me, for whatever reason, failed to bring the wallpaper scraper this time round. So what we're going to use, this seems to be working, so what I've done is use a knife to cut all around that, and then it's obviously separating here, so we'll get this off. Right. Got the door off, and then what it looks like is just little staples here, and this is like a fiberglass unit, but obviously we've got a gas pipe connected there, but I think this whole thing will just lift out. There we go. So originally I thought there was bolts holding it on inside, but there isn't, so we should be able just to tease this out. I might need to go in and snip that on the other side, so we'll go and have a wee look and see if there's something holding that in. There we go. One gas locker and door. Excellent. What we're going to do is get this out. So like I say, my experience of taking these out has not always been the best. So we've got two bolts here, and obviously retaining bolts at the back, and then we've got two here. So there's one, well, you can see that there's one just behind there, and there's one just kind of hiding behind that. Like I say, the last time I tried to take any of these off, it ended up being a cutting job. And the only issue I've got with that is as I'm only just starting up down at this yard yet, I don't have any power down here yet. Now the owner has very kindly said that I can use power up at the main kind of shed up the top, but the issue with that is it means I need to take the caravan all the way up there, which I don't really want to do. So let's see if we can get this bad boy off. But there is no way on earth. I mean, I'll get some WD-40 on it, but I don't see them moving at all. We're plugged into the battery, we've got power in the inverter, we've got an extension cord, we've got this, so happy with that, good. What we're going to do, so I've started kind of hacking away at the floor there, but these bolts are retaining it under here somewhere, so we're just going to cut around the floor, and that'll let us take the leg off at least. But what I'm going to have to do is, yeah, I'm going to cut it. We'll need to unwind it first and then get it off, just so there's a bit of room to move it. So yeah, let's go for that then. You can see here, this is all completely rotten anyway, so God knows how long that's been exposed. Right, here we go. Right, we'll wind this leg up a bit. Let's give us a bit of movement on it. Right, there we go. You can see it starting to move on the floor there, so it's exactly what we need. So I've not went far enough here, but I did on this one. So I need this one to kind of follow that, and then we should be able just to kind of break it off from there. So we'll get this wound up a wee bit more, that'll do. You see that there? Yeah, so we've got it away from the body. There's just one bolt up the top there that I need to get off. Job's a good one. One chassis leg. We're corner steady. Not the easiest to get out, but you know, I suppose they're supposed to be on really solid for a reason, aren't they? So anyway, we'll get this in the van. Right, if you've been watching the channel regularly, you've probably seen me taking out windows before, but they are very straightforward. So all we need to do is we need to get these window stays released from here, and then we should be able just to lift it off the rail at the top. So don't break the window stays, because they're usually a condition of sale, because not only is somebody needing a new window, but the stays are probably broken as well. So that's that. So it's as easy as that there. Move that there. And then we go outside. You can see, so the windows are all retained on these tracks here. So there's two ways of doing it. I never have much luck, but you can lift the window right up and it should unhook from underneath here. You can see you've got a little stopper. The other thing we can do is we can remove the stopper, we can undo this butt at the end here, and we can literally just slide it off the back. So tell you what we'll do, let's just lift it up and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. So what we'll do is we'll get this little stopper off. The last time I took one of these off and filmed it, there was a guy, nice guy, commented and said, if you just undo the window stays and lift it right out, it should disconnect from the track. So I tried that, and for the love of me, I couldn't get it. So I've just, because, see, if I was replacing a window on a Caravan that was being restored, or it was my own, or, do you know what I mean? Then I would do it, but this Caravan's end of life, so I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. So I need to try and get that off. These aren't usually that difficult, but tell you what we're going to do. Right. We're just going to get this right. Separated the track a wee bit here. Surely. Do you know, I've made a pig's ear of this one. Ah, yeah, guys, it's as simple as just undo this one and undo that one. Bloody hell. Right, that is one way, taking the window off. It's usually the way I do it, like I say, because most caravans I deal with are end of life. So we've just separated it from there. So we'll get this window off now. Ready for the new owner. Right. I'll just move the stage round. Raking. Right. Right, window off. Nice big hole in the back of the caravan there. Just when you think you're done with these things, you're not. There's always something that somebody wants or needs. So I'm going to keep this here a wee bit longer, because clearly there's still bits and pieces coming off it. So, and this, I guess this is just a revisit of a caravan that we've seen 2 or 3 times already. But if this is your first time visiting the channel and this is the first video you've seen and you're interested in what I've been doing, then please look through the video library and you'll find all sorts of videos like this with caravans that I've either got for free or cheap, and then we're splitting them down or breaking them down for parts. So yeah, and if you're interested in this, yeah, it's a bit of a shed, but do you know what? I absolutely love it. If you missed the video on this, it just came out last week, and I've done a whole segment on this van as well, why I've got it and what the plan is with it and what it's doing here. So yeah, so that wraps it up. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next one.